Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dilla T, and this is No Filters. Always appreciate you all liking, hitting that like button, comment on what we're discussing here, subscribing to the channel so you never miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable, man. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, Diddy trial day 35, acquitted. The Rico is acquitted, but he charged with 2 prostitution counts. And he was denied bail. So let's see what's going on and what we have here.
Y'all hear me? All right, man. So they got the verdict back in on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. See all y'all anxious to say it in the comment sections. Hold on one second, y'all. Who is this? Oh, okay. So yeah, man. We gonna wait because they're probably gonna be sent back in to deliberate some more on these charges, you guys, because they couldn't come to a conclusion.
They couldn't come to a conclusion, fam.
Means that you got some people in there that's in on the Rico, that's off on the Rico. You know what I'm saying? So I believe what's going to happen is that the judge is going to
Let's get right.
Continue to deliberate, and if they can't deliberate, here's the thing: what's going to happen?
Shit. Hold on here, fam. They trying to hate on me? Hold on, fam.
If it's a partial verdict and they're hung on the Rico charge, the government would just retry the Rico charge, which means Diddy will sit in jail until another year, and they'll just retry the Rico charge if they can't come to a verdict. But the judge is going to go in there and tell them to take longer. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on. Let's get right. You already know, man, when you come in, hit that like button, hit subscribe. We finna cook in this motherfucker today. This nigga Diddy got a verdict that he was acquitted of all Rico charges, but the 2 of the prostitution. Now, what the fuck I tell y'all, fam? This shit was humiliation. It was all because of the prostitution. It was never about him being no gangster, no G, no motherfucking mafia figure, none of that shit. He was always gonna be acquitted of Rico charges. But what was it? He wasn't not gonna not be, was free from the prostitution, domestic violence, sexual harassment, all that freaky crazy shit. You understand? And that's exactly the situation that I explained to you all, and I continue to say it several times here at No Filters with Dilla T. Hit that like button, subscribe. We about to cook this nigga today. We ain't playing with him. The boy thought he was gonna be acquitted of everything, got on his knees and started praying like, Lord, thank you. You hear me? Found out he still got 2 counts that can lead his ass 20 years. Let's keep going right here.
Going to take longer on that charge. Obviously, it's a guy who doesn't agree on, I guess, some of the Rico charges. So, I mean,
what?
You know, people don't, you know.
Hold up, man. Let's bring that back for the people in the back.
On the Rico.
For the niggas in the back. Let's make sure we understand what's going on here. Let's make sure we clear about what's happening here. Diddy thought he was free as fucking can be, and he's not. They denied his bail and everything, and they left his ass. Let's go.
Like, share, subscribe. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. You guys hear me in the comments?
What's up, Mary in here? You already know, fam. Type FAM when you come in. I need to know who in here with me, fam. I need to know who in here with me, fam. We about to cook this nigga. He need love in this motherfucker Savvy TV. You already know what it is. Hit that like, subscribe. We cooking.
Who's this? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. We're gonna wait because they're probably gonna be sent back in to deliberate some more on these charges, you guys, because they couldn't come to a conclusion on the RICO, which means they're split, which means that you got some people in there that's in on the RICO, that's off on the RICO. You know what I'm saying? So I believe what's going to happen is that the judge is going to make them continue to deliberate. And if they can't deliberate, here's the thing what's going to happen. There can be a partial verdict. And what happens is this. If it's a partial verdict and they are hung on the RICO charge, the government will just retry the RICO charge, which means Diddy will sit in jail until another year, and they'll just retry the RICO charge if they can't come to a verdict. But the judge is going to go in there and tell them to take longer. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, boy, don't come in here with that bullshit. Hey, hold up. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. It's Dilla T. It's no filters. If you in here, you fam. It's FAM. You know what it is. Don't come around talking that shit. You gonna get fucked up around here. You understand me? Right now, we dealing with this bullshit that's got to do with Diddy ass. Now, let some stupid shit come around here with that scam shit. Don't play no games around here, boy. You understand me? Let's keep going.
He's going to go in there and tell them to take longer on that charge. Obviously, it's a guy who doesn't agree on, I guess, some of the RICO charges. So, I mean, you know, people don't...
What's up?
You know, you got to think these are...
Motherfucking Shine. Diddy said, let's get the freak on. I see you, family. We in here.
Look, he's on this, but he ain't on that. So, very interesting situation going on. But the only thing that happens is this.
So the interesting situation that's going on right now is that someone with the jury was causing issues about the RICO charge. So they didn't even allow that person. Basically, that person is the reason why the verdict is like it is. Okay, now, they trying to say it. Let's do it. Let's do it the right way so y'all can hear it clearly for your own ear and your own self. Hear it at no filters.
They're going to come out there and the judge is going to tell them, look, what happens is this. Hold on one second, y'all. Who is this? Oh, okay. So, yeah, man, we're going to wait because they're probably going to be sent back in to deliberate some more on these charges, you guys, because they couldn't come to a conclusion on the RICO, which means they're split, which means that you got some people in there that's in on the RICO, that's off on the RICO.
You hear that?
You know what I'm saying?
Some people in on the RICO, some aren't.
The judge is going to make them continue to deliberate. And if they can't deliberate, here's the thing what's going to happen.
Get his ass married, let him know. Stop playing.
And what happens is this. If it's a partial verdict and they are hung on the RICO charge, the government will just retry the RICO charge, which means Diddy will sit in jail until another year, and they'll just retry the RICO charge if they can't come to a verdict. But the judge is going to go in there and tell them.
They gonna retry the RICO charge if the judge can't come with a verdict. Let me say that again for the people in the back getting high. They will retry the RICO charge if they don't come up with the right verdict. This fucking judge don't like Diddy. You understand me? See, he's a human. He got daughters and shit. That man had to sit up in, you gotta understand something, man. These judges had to sit in court and watch that stupid shit that was going on. They had to watch him beat the shit out of Cassie. I'll wait. The judge had to watch everything everybody else watched too. Now, this could have been a judge that don't give a fuck, want to go home and get back to prize picks. It could have been one of them type of judges, want to get back home to prize picks. But at some point in this case, it's been so much freaky, ridiculous shit said in this case with this retarded motherfucker that the judge like, man, fuck prize picks. We finna bury this nigga. Cause who the fuck letting this dude been doing this all this damn time for decades that he over here been doing? The man, you gotta understand something. He didn't beat bitches' asses. He didn't help people, not him, but he had some security guard over motherfucker over the ledge at a hotel or some shit. You gotta understand. Shine. You remember Shine? The rapper, the artist Shine, who signed with Bad Boys? Shine did 10 years. He was framed. 10 years for some shit Diddy and Jennifer Lopez did. He was framed on that shit, fam. Shine. 10 years. He didn't snitch. He didn't say shit. But we all knew Shine wasn't guilty. That man did that. Hold the fuck up. You coming up in here, hit that like button. Subscribe right now. We cooking. Shine went down 10 years for some shit Diddy did. And everybody in the courtroom know that. Diddy gonna get 10 years at least. And he gonna feel what that shit was like on how they did his motherfucking ass. Cause Shine was just another rapper trying to get a fucking deal. Came in, got a deal, found himself in position, and all of a sudden he in a situation at a club with Diddy, and now this man doing 10 years behind bars. Who the fuck could fathom that thought? Who could fathom getting a deal with Diddy and then you in jail for the next 10 years? I'll wait. What? I would have had to call everybody I know to reach out and touch Diddy. Because if that man just framed me for 10 years and had me get locked the fuck up and I just signed $1 million deal with this nigga, what the fuck? Ain't no fucking way you should think Diddy should be free for shit, let alone how he just did Shine. Left the man hanging and shit. Let's keep going.
To take longer. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna go in there and tell him to take longer on that charge. Obviously, it's a guy who doesn't agree on, I guess, some of the Rico charges. So, I mean, you know, people don't, you know, you gotta think these are...
What's up, Linda Wifey? Say hello, my family. How you doing? What's up with you?
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get real. Let's get checked in. Let's get checked in. Let's get checked in. Let's get checked in. Carol McBride says, calm down. Trika Hunter says, you want him to shit on your chest, on your chest. Greg King says, wait, who is Diddy? Gerald 735 says, what about everything Orlando Brown was saying? He said a lot of truth when nobody listening. Jose Gonzalez, what's up? Now he said free Diddy. Jason Kill said he's looking right at you. Cooper Mitchell says, why are you watching about Diddy? So let's bring everybody up to par. Diddy trial day 35. He's acquitted of the Rico charges. But he is found guilty of two charges of prostitution. Okay? Which will put him in a situation to be facing 20 years. Okay? The judge denied bail. Okay? That means he got to sit his ass in there because the judge feels that he is dangerous to the fucking community. And what the fuck I tell y'all goofy ass? We all got kids. We all got a new singer, a new dancer, a new rapper, a new athlete in our family. And you got to worry about motherfuckers like Diddy. You understand? Coming back into the community because they over here going to let... See, that's why I said I already knew he was going to be free on Rico because he ain't no gangster. So we already knew together that we even let this motherfucker try to play games with us, knowing that the system is already designed to let him out free. And it's up to somebody, a fucking real human in the community, fam, as we are, like the judge, to say, nah, man, we ain't finna let this sick motherfucker out because we let his ass out. That boy dangerous. He gonna start taking calls. You know how many motherfuckers snitched on this man? I'll wait. What? Do you know how many motherfuckers snitched on Diddy? They watched this man bury himself. This man watched them bury him. You think if they let this man out, he finna just go home, party, get drunk, high, fall out? They let that man out, he having a freak off tonight. And he gonna start putting a list together of the motherfuckers he about to pay a visit to because these motherfuckers are snitching and talking about him decades. The judge know what it is. See, when you a billionaire, zillionaire, cajillionaire, trillionaire, You have the power and everything and able to do whatever the fuck you want and holler at whoever the fuck you will. Wait a minute, hit that like button right now, subscribe, we cooking in this motherfucker. The judge said they not letting Diddy out. They don't like his motherfucking ass. I don't like the nigga neither now. Because I don't want the nigga back in the community. You know how many motherfuckers were smiling and shit when they said this man was free? Motherfuckers like, oh shit, my dog, my G. You know how many other motherfuckers was like, y'all finna let this sick ass nigga out of jail? What? Cassie and them then wrote letters to the judge like, please don't let this creep out. Fucking monster. That's how they looking at this nigga. Man ain't no fucking monster. He a fucking man. That's it. He a human. He make people do shit for him. He ain't shit. Man ain't put no work in himself. Why y'all acting like this man that nigga? He ain't. Fuck out of here. Let's go.
They may think, hey man, look, he's on this, but he ain't on that. So, very interesting situation going on. But
Cause we know the bullshit going on.
lawyers wants, that's what the government wants. They feel like, hey, he gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? They want a judgment. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy's lawyers may feel like, hey man, we gonna walk.
Ain't gonna be no walk nowhere. You not walking nowhere. You ain't getting off with nothing. The man think he finna get off with this, that, and the other, and he ain't. He not walking nowhere, not going, doing nothing, nowhere with nobody. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We ain't playing with nobody.
You know what I mean?
Right now, we cooking.
Hold on one second, y'all. The judge asked about an Allen charge. Now, hold on one second, you guys. Hold on one second. Just give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why somebody keeps trying to send me a message.
Cause we ain't finna go through this shit.
Somebody keeps trying to send me a message. On government is gonna have a means that Diddy will sit in jail and they'll run it back. And then what's gonna happen is that the government is gonna have a whole nother year while Diddy sits in jail to retry that charge to get more evidence against Sean Diddy Combs.
Wow.
That's an advantage for the government if they do the retrial, and it'll be a whole different jury for that. You know what I'm saying? If they do the retrial.
So think about this.
So,
If they try to retrial on the Rico, right? They gonna have to redo the whole case. Now think about this for a second. You know how much sick shit they seen of Diddy for 30 fucking days? We say that again for the niggas in the back. You know how much sick shit they seen on Diddy for 30 days? What the fuck it look like running a trial back? A retrial. Running it back. That'll be some of the sickest shit ever. You know how many motherfuckers don't want to sit through that shit? That man, kids left. He got daughters, man. His daughters was in that courtroom watching that shit, fam. That's fucked up. They finally was seeing this how your daddy is when he ain't at home. That's what the fuck going on. His son's in there being charged for rape right now, so you know they kicking it with him. But the fact that his daughters was in that motherfucker. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We in Deliberations, no filters. Let's get it. We cooking. His daughters was in the fucking courtroom watching the shit. Some of them had to get up and was like, oh, shit. They were like, the fuck? They were like, my daddy, nigga. Your fucking daddy was doing bitches worse. The worst. So you telling me if they don't catch him on the Rico now, they finna retrial the Rico? So if y'all gonna retrial the Rico and have a new jury, this fucking carnival, circus, this play, they don't literally mind playing this play out again. Because this is for humiliation. This is for embarrassment. This is nothing that has to do with real Rico, real charges, real gangster shit, real mafia shit, real popping shit. This ain't none of that, fam. What this is in our face of humiliation, of exposing a black man that's out here acting up as a billionaire and how the power is never bigger than the law. Even if the law is crooked on how they do what they do to these niggas, not even the right way. they still want you to know that he has to be brought to the courtroom for the fuck shit he on. But the fact that his daughters had to see that shit, dog. That's what's fucked up about it. Your daughters had to see your sick ass. And let me tell you something else too. That shit can wake a nigga up. When you know your daughters, how long he been trying to hide that shit from his daughters? But then think about it, his daughters older too. They been born into that shit. They know who the fuck walking through that motherfucker, man. Let's not play them games, dog. Alright? On movies and shit, they be trying to act like rich kids don't see what the fuck their daddies and mamas doing. But them rich ass kids be quiet as a motherfucker, don't say shit because they know what the fuck they doing. So how embarrassed are they really if they really know what the fuck they are doing? I don't feel that Diddy kids are embarrassed one fucking bit. Let me say that again for the niggas in the back. I don't think Diddy kids feel embarrassed about shit. You know how much shit they done seen? Hey man, hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We in here, we cooking. You know how much shit they done seen? With no problem. And then, what they haven't seen was him beating the shit out of Cassie in the public eye. See, they probably seen him smack the shit out of Cassie. See, if Cassie was getting her ass beat that motherfucking much, dog, it don't mean that she ain't been seeing that much to get her ass beat and get slapped around by everybody in the fucking house. Everybody in the fucking house watching her get the shit slapped out of her. So don't sit in this motherfucking act like this man don't deserve to be up under the fucking jail cell. Let's keep going.
So that means there'll be a whole new jury on the Rico charge. Diddy will sit in jail for another year, and the government will have another. I'm just talking about the Rico charge, you guys. Just the Rico charge. I'm not talking about the other charges. They've already decided on the other charges. Listen, let me give y'all a perfect example. With the case with Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein had 3 counts against him, right? Well, the jury had beef with each other. They found Harvey Weinstein guilty on 1 count, not guilty on another count, and a mistrial, a hung jury on the other count. Well, this is what happened. On the hung jury count, right, it's all up to the prosecution. So the prosecution said this. All we do is go right back. If the jury can't decide, we go right back, and we just run it right back. And what they do is that they get a new jury in another year. The feds will get more evidence in a new trial, and they'll just run it right back against Sean Diddy Combs. That's exactly what will happen. In the
See, and that's how you know it's fucked up. Because there is a blueprint for these sick motherfuckers. Like he said, Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Listen.
Harvey Weinstein had 3 counts against him, right?
Harvey Weinstein, 3 counts.
The jury had beef with each other.
Jury was
They
problems.
found Harvey Weinstein guilty on 1 count.
1 count.
Not guilty on another count.
Not guilty on another count.
And a mistrial, a hung jury on the other count.
And a mistrial on the 3rd count.
On the hung jury count.
That is Harvey Weinstein's sick ass. You understand me? Harvey Weinstein. This where the shit starts. See, it's always a motherfucker before a motherfucker. It's always monkey see, monkey do. It's always goddamn me. They doing it, we gonna do it too. It's always a blueprint for the fuck shit. Harvey Weinstein was in a case and he had 3 counts against him. Hear me today, motherfucker. Hit that like button, subscribe, give me your eyes and your fucking ears. Harvey Weinstein had 3 counts on his ass. 1 count found not guilty. 2nd count found guilty. 3rd count was a mistrial. That means the fucking jury was confusing in there, causing problems and issues. You understand me? How the fuck is that? When y'all hearing all the stupid shit, this nigga was on a private island fucking with kids. And people like Jay-Z and Beyonce was at the fucking parties. Oh, nigga, hold up. Let me say that again for the dummies in the back. Harvey Weinstein Sick ass individual. His motherfucking ass had 3 counts. One of his counts was goddamn me not guilty. Second count was guilty. Third count was mistrial. Now don't fucking sit there and tell me that they just did that retarded shit because that man was white or something. Because they sitting over here playing the same game with this motherfucker. He got juries in there going through shit acting like that's what the fuck they should be doing right now. Stop playing with me, fam. If that was me and you, we'll be fucked up right now. First count, guilty. Second count, guilty. Third count, guilty. Get his ass out the fuck out of here. Don't sit in this motherfucker and tell me that's cool. No, it ain't. Why? Because he got billions or trillions? No, nigga. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe right now. Type FAM if you in here, if you fam. FAM, let me know where you from right now. We cooking. Let's go.
Right? It's all up to the prosecution. So the prosecution said this. All we do is go right back. If the jury can't decide, we go right back and we just run it.
Fam in this motherfucker, let me know where we at with it. You know it.
A new jury in another year. The feds will give more evidence in a new trial, and they'll just run it right back again.
And you know how bad that'll be, fam? If they have to retrial this shit, right? They're gonna use the evidence they got and the people they got. Think about how many people they didn't. Think about how many witnesses didn't take the stand, didn't say shit. And then think about all the people that did. And then if they have to run this shit right back one more time just to see what the fuck is going on again, they can get more information, more time to retrial the situation of a Rico. So you ain't doing nothing but really giving them time. See, Diddy thinking that he trying to get by. Nigga, you giving them time to load up again. You know how you load you giving them time to load up on your ass again, nigga. Because all the stupid shit you done did in decades, they didn't even present. Come on, man. Oh my God, this shit crazy. They didn't even present a decade's worth of fucking shit this man been doing. They only presented like certain situations between 40 years ago and now. That's all they really presented. But if they really would have gave you like the decade of his runs, the man would be up under the fucking ground. And that's just one decade. Let's talk about the second decade and what this man then did. Third decade and what this man then did. Fourth decade and what this man then did. You know how much shit he done seen? How many motherfuckers he done recorded? How many people in... And who the fuck yelling free Diddy? Let him record his Joe dumb ass. Let him record your dumb ass then. Talking about free Diddy. Let him record you and you don't even know you being recorded. Huh? Talking about free Diddy. Oh, you gonna take 10 years for him like Shine took 10 years from him, got framed? Oh, okay, you talking about free Diddy. Okay, cool. You cool with him beating your motherfucking sister ass down the hallway of the hotel? Smacking the shit out of her in front of Jimmy Iovine, Usher, and other motherfucking rappers and singers sitting at the table while they dining? You know how many rumors of this man about kids and shit? But you said free Diddy, don't you? You want him back in the community. See, you a sick bastard. Nasty motherfucker. See, it's niggas like you that should get the fuck out the community because you backing up people like this that we all are fully aware need to get the fuck out the community. Let's go.
That's exactly what will happen in the Rico charge. So everybody who wants to know what happens if they get a hung jury, that doesn't mean that he walks out of jail and goes home. No, that means he goes back to jail and he sits in jail.
Sits in jail.
Another year, year and a half.
Another year.
Until they get another, let me say this again, another jury.
Another.
And then he'll be in jail for another year. Now, hold on. This is just one charge.
This just one charge. This is just one charge of a process that he got to go through with one charge. If one charge is mistrial, that boy got to go sit back in jail and wait till they get another jury. So I don't think you want to go that route, Diddy. Hit that motherfucking like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. What y'all doing, fam? What we on? Huh? I can't see you. I can't hear you. Where you at? If his dumbass want a retrial or a mistrial or anything that got to do with no trial, you it now. Because your dumbass is even allowing that. Now we over here trying to figure out why you didn't even allow that to happen now. The fuck? That don't make no goddamn sense. Really? On here. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know it's your boy Dilla T. This is No Filters. Hit that like button. Subscribe, family. Right now, we cooking in this motherfucker. Sick ass people thinking Diddy should be living free. You out your goddamn mind if you think that man should be out this motherfucker doing what he want to do. What? Let's get right and get understood in what's happening. Let's go.
This is just on the one Rico charge. Y'all gotta understand this. So it
Shut the fuck up. Hold up. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Hold up, man. Hold up, man. Let's get right. Let's get right. Waffle Boy says from the smoke alarm. Nicole says, you sound so desperate. Pam 50 said, hi, what's up with you, Pam? Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. Get right. 187 King says he's innocent. Dumbass. If you think Diddy innocent and you fucking think cows are falling from the sky. Who are you says, why you worried about him? Let me let you know why we worried about him. Who are you? Because I got kids in my motherfucking community. I got new athletes in my family. I got new singers, rappers. I got new artists in my family that's going into the same industries where people like this are gatekeepers. And these people are allowing them to control new people. You understand? New artists, new athletes, new rappers. You understand? So I give a fuck, nigga, because if my motherfucking cousins got to come in and deal with somebody like this faggot motherfucker here that's sick in the brain and want to do what he want to do with people's lives and careers and take people when they thinking they coming in and they just signed $1 million deal and they just came out the hood and everything is good now and they can feed their families and shit. And then you run into this sick bastard thinking it's all good when really he didn't control and put the whole thing together. Don't ever ask me why the fuck I'm worried about him. Nigga over here at motherfucking No Filters. Stupid ass. Because you're going to be the dumbass doing dumb shit when everything else is going down with World War III. When everybody running to the left and shit, you're going to be looking right at the prize picks at where Diddy at. It's a nasty ass. Stupid motherfucker. You think Diddy going to see the light of day? You must be out your fucking mind. Let's keep going for the dummies in the back.
No, that it ain't just all not guilty in it. Because if some people feel like he's guilty on some charges and not other charges, it lets y'all know what's going on, right? So everybody who's saying no Rico, y'all don't understand what that means. That means that they have a person, at least one person, who don't want to say, yeah, he's guilty of the Rico, which means nothing. They run it right back. That means Diddy sits in jail.
That means he go back to jail.
Another year, and the government runs that back on him again. That's all it means.
They just gonna run it back on him again. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. We cooking.
But the defense does not want that, right? Diddy's team.
What's up, Vernon Yancey says keep him locked up. Let's get right, family. Vernon Yancey said keep him locked up. Miss Isha said the industry full of Diddy's. You right. Kirk's Toe Guy says chirp. Cheryl says thank you, fam. Thank you, somebody concerned. Respectfully, that's where we are here at No Filters with Dilla T. We concerned about everything going on around this bitch. This 2025. If you're not concerned, you're going to watch and die slow. Let's keep going.
Right? Which lets you know that Diddy's team, they want to get this over with. Right?
Marshmallow back. I see you, Miss Marshmallow. Or Marshmallow.
Ask questions about these other charges. Bro, if Diddy gets hit with guilty on one of the sex trafficking charges, right? Let me say this to y'all. And again, let me say this to y'all right now. Everybody,
Ooh, we cooking.
I want y'all to say this right now as everybody's listening to this video, right? Hold on 1 second, and let me break this down to y'all. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right.
Listen.
So to everybody that's trying to figure out
Y'all understand that? Let's get it right for the people in the back that don't get the fuck going on here right quick. There has been no verdict. The only thing that has happened is the counts that has been against him and the ones that are not against him. So there's been no verdict. See, that's why y'all stupid. Fucking dumb. Lacking information, ignorant motherfuckers. Illiterate motherfuckers. Stupid niggas. Are you fucking dumb? Have you seen YouTube? These stupid ass people are saying there's a verdict. Anybody video that say verdict, he dumb as fuck. You understand me? Hit that fucking like button. Subscribe now, because people over here no filters. We all fam. Anybody dumb over here? See, we put our thinking caps on. We take the cap, we put the thinking cap on. We open up the real eyes. We open up our real fucking ears, nigga. There's no verdict. If there was a verdict, then it would have said, Diddy sentenced to 10 years, 20 years. There is no fucking sentencing. The only fucking thing that's been going on is the counts against him. So reset your brain, your ears, or whatever you're hearing in the world, and understand, here at No Filters with Dilla T. We bringing it raw, bringing it real. There has been no verdict. The only thing there has been are counts against him and the counts that are not against him. And that is, no Rico charges are against him. Prostitution charges, 2 counts are against him. Let's get right. Don't be walking around talking about Diddy free, stupid ass, because if you don't know nothing, then don't say nothing. But if you like, subscribe here, and comment to the channel, then you're going to know everything, so you can go out here and tell people Diddy ain't free, ain't nothing happened. That boy just heard about a count against him and a count that ain't. So shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna block your ass for lying. This is the shit said that you're a liar. The verdict has not been came out. What are you talking about, dog? Stop lying. I'm gonna block your ass for lying. This is the situation. Diddy has a real problem. Diddy needs everybody to say not guilty for him to walk away. Let me repeat myself again. Diddy needs everybody to say not guilty for him to walk away.
Everybody. You understand what he just said, fam? Diddy needs everybody to say he's not guilty. He need the bailiffs, the bitch typing the... Oh, nigga, let's get right in this motherfucker right now. Diddy need everybody to say he not guilty. He need the bailiff. He need the typewriter bitch right there typing when you testifying. He need the judge. He needs the juror. He need the people in the audience that's watching. You understand me? He need the other CEOs that come out with the other dumbasses that be waiting on their motherfucking verdicts. You understand? He needs the extra people on the outside of the courtroom to be like he's not guilty. You understand? Don't keep coming in here acting stupid as fuck with your dumb ass. Don't be talking this shit. Talking about what we don't know. Watch your motherfucking mouth when you coming in here. You understand? Hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get right. We cooking in this bitch.
Did they say that there is a person that doesn't want to find him guilty on the Rico? They're going to run that back. He doesn't get out of jail. The only thing that happens, let me give y'all an example. Everybody knows the rapper. If you guys haven't heard, there's a rapper named YNW Melly. Let me tell y'all this, right? Let me explain this to y'all. Okay? YNW Melly
Let's get right. Let's get right. Vernon Yancey say, watch your mouth. Who are you? Says, I'm with Nicole. Ha ha. Josh Bill says, you was probably at Diddy party. That's why you worried. No, Josh Cole, but I appreciate you being here. Hit that like button. Subscribe, family. Watch your mouth. Shut the fuck up. Let's get right in here. You know what are we doing. Ruben says, just playing or am I? Kirk's Togai says, OJ did it. David Brock says, nothing guilty about being a freak. You right. But it's something guilty about you smacking bitches up in the hotel, up and down the hallway. It's something guilty about your motherfucking ass. And we know that because we've seen that. Let's keep going.
Because he had a mistrial, right?
And see, a lot of y'all don't know who YNW Melly is. YNW Melly, let's get right, let's get right, let's get right, let's get right, let's get right. Hit that like button, subscribe, family, we cooking. YNW Melly is a rapper who's been in jail since 2018, okay? He continues to have cases that's mistrial, retrial, and things of that nature, just like what Diddy trying to do. Now, he is a prime example of, if there's a retrial, mistrial, or anything of that nature, he has to go back to jail and wait for a new jury to be assigned to his case for him to be able to receive bail on anything. So there's already someone that's going through the shit that Diddy is trying to do to get out. But Diddy don't even understand. You keeping yourself in. Dumbass. You thought this was going to be a mistrial and they just missed the fuck out of you? Let me say that again for the niggas in the back. You thought this was going to be a mistrial and they was going to miss the fuck out of you. But my God, there is a God. There are humans in the world like the judge that says, hey, this motherfucker here, dangerous. And his power is a little different. And he been abusing his power for decades. And there are people out here that are afraid of their lives if this man was to see the day of light. Anytime you that type of individual, you deserve to be over there with them, not over here with us. Because we not finna control you in our community. We not finna stop and parent you on what you should be doing in the community to make sure we all good. So at the end of the fucking day, I don't want to hear that shit about a motherfucker acting like Diddy should be free. No, the fuck he shouldn't be free. Because yet he's done what he's done even when he was free and he didn't know how to act with his freedom. So now grown people got to come in and tell this grown man what to do with his freedom. Fuck is we talking about? And then his legal team ain't did no great by him because they didn't expose this man to the depths thereof. They never objected to the violence he was portraying. The violence these people, you know how many people got on that stand and talked about Diddy? The violence they continue to portray that this man was giving to the world. The violence against women. The violence against men through other men. The violence. He didn't do nothing on his own, though. That's why I don't respect him. Fuck you, nigga. You ain't shit. You didn't do none of that on your own. You didn't put your hands on nobody. You didn't smack shit out of nobody. Only motherfuckers you smack was bitches. You smacking on niggas like that. You smacking on men like that. You ain't talking to no men like that. Hell, you didn't even smack Kid Cudi. You burnt his fucking car up, pussy. What are you talking about? Don't do that. Hit that like button and subscribe. We in the cooking. This nigga over here talking about he got a verdict and shit like he free as shit. He over here fucking up people's lives and shit. People just want to get millions and get the fuck out the fucking hood or the projects and feed their family. Then they got to run into this creep. But it's a shame on them. Because fool me once, shame on. Fool me twice, shame on who? Tell me in the comments what it say. Fool me once, shame on. Fool me twice, shame on who? Them actors, them people don't get no motherfucking pass. Y'all knew y'all was fucking with this weirdo. Fuck out of here. Let's go.
Harvey Weinstein just had a mistrial, right? Immediately, the prosecution said, nope, we're going to run that back. So now he has to go and do another trial again with a different jury, right? Because it's a mistrial.
Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. We cooking.
Out of jail today is if everybody says he's not guilty. What they not say? The only thing the government have to do is, if they find Diddy guilty on one sex trafficking charge, he faces 15 to life in prison.
First of all, let's do the math and put our thinking caps on and open our eyes. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come in close. Come here. Give me your eyes. Give me your ears. Diddy is being charged with 2 counts of prostitution, sexual trafficking type shit. Okay? 2. That man just said if he's found guilty on 1, he doing 15 motherfucking years. Oh no, I don't want to hear that weak shit now. Don't talk that shit. Them Diddy followers, shut the fuck up. Let me say it again for the people in the back. The man got 2 counts of sexual prostitution shit. If he is even charged or found guilty on 1, he's seeing 15 years. That's life for Diddy. His life done right there. So today, all of that praying in the chair, bent over praying like God, there's a God, because they didn't give him the Rico. Okay, cool. They ain't give him the Rico. Okay, cool. You can see 15 years for the 2 counts that you are guilty for. While they out here trying to put out a narrative, see, it don't work like that in the world. See, in the world, the music industry or the entertainment business can put out a narrative to spin to the public. But you can't put out no narrative to spin from court, motherfucker, because it's a judge. And if the judge is going to let it happen, then it's happening. But there's a real judge. That's a real human that done felt real shit. That's got real family members, real women in his family that has seen shit like that and felt some type of way when they was watching Cassie get her ass beat on footage. So you got to understand the judge is a human. The judge has charisma. The judge cares. That is the realness of the judge. So what we have to understand is if we're allowing us not to be human, us not to feel what's going on here, how do we hear shit like this and just let it just go about with nothing and then just glorify Diddy being free, knowing what he's done? And the man had billions. Why did he even do it? Don't talk that shit about free Diddy. Why you should be saying, Diddy, why the fuck would you even do that and you a billionaire? Sick ass nigga. See what I'm saying? Making black men look bad out here that do got money, that ain't gotta give a fuck about none of that dumb shit. Making us look bad. Making us look sick.
So he's got 2 sex trafficking charges.
2 sex trafficking charges.
He's got 2 prostitution charges.
2 prostitution charges.
So Diddy is looking at up to 10 years on each prostitution charge, right? And what happens is this. If they can't come to a decision on the Rico and Diddy gets found guilty of anything else,
If they can't,
he doesn't get found guilty, he can still sit in prison and wait till the Rico comes back up and they run it back. This is what y'all gotta understand. A hung jury does not mean Diddy walks free. You have to have every juror say not guilty or guilty for Diddy to get a verdict. So let me explain this. On the sex trafficking charges.
see, let's get Columbo right. Let's get 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 right. Piece of guy, bro, say, piece of guy say, bro, it's not that deep. Shut the fuck up, piece of guy. You don't know what's deep, dumbass. When you know it's deep like that, that's why you fucked up. Because we be hearing about real shit going on in real places, and we just sit back and be like, oh, that's fucked up. Even if it's in your community or even in your family, You can hear some fucked up shit in your family and you don't do shit. So that further let me know how you don't be giving a fuck. Because it's a black man right here. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what color you are, but if you a man, shut the fuck up, because you don't give a fuck. And that further let me know what the shit you let slide in the community or in the world. That's why the world has changed. Because of people like you that don't put your foot down and stand on business from what I have been raised on. Don't come in here talking that shit, nigga. Shut your fucking mouth. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking in here. Everything's real. Talking about it ain't that deep. Yeah, it's that deep. Fuck is you saying? We keep finding out about some new this and some new stupid shit that. Some old this coming out about another black man. This coming out about another black rapper. This coming out about another artist. And you talking about what ain't that deep? Shut the fuck up, piece of guy. Watch your mouth. Go sell some fucking pizza. Let's go.
On the prostitution charges, everybody has said not guilty or guilty. The only thing that they're split on right now is the Rico. Now, let me ask y'all this. Here's why they will be split on the Rico. The reason why they will be split on the Rico is because it affects Diddy's money.
And they want him to be affected by his money. You have to understand that, fam. We want him to be affected. See, you have to understand, billionaires. See, this the thing. This is another reason why Diddy really, like, feeling how he feel with the Rico shit, because you gotta understand something. Billionaires don't feel like they even in a jam, even when they getting sued a certain amount of millions, okay? They don't even feel no type of way. Why? Because they're billionaires. They don't think it's nothing because they keep making money. As long as you don't affect the money, you don't affect them. Okay? Let me say that again for the dumbasses in the back. As long as you don't affect their money, you don't affect them. So the fact now, and what matters is they start to affect Diddy's money. But think about what Diddy did. Diddy sold or gave away or took his name off a lot of his profitable businesses that he's profited in. Okay? So he already knew what was coming with that. So he ain't do nothing but just move all of that business shit to the side and scooted that shit over out and from front of him, so it wouldn't be that he gets the hit for that. So he had already moved the business shit out the way, okay? So for them to try to affect his money, his billions, it don't really matter because he already moved it out the way. It's already looking like he don't own shit. Going into prison, going in. So think about how long ago he already knew he was getting locked up. He had already processed that. A person that's been having an operation of freaky shit going on for decades, harassing bitches, doing all type of shit for decades, trust me, they know what's going on and what's to come in a matter of moments that could affect them for the rest of their life. So he already been heard about it. And I'm sure he knew about it when he sued the Spirit's liquor organization. I'm sure he knew about it. Let's keep going.
The feds would seize all of Diddy's assets. That is the only reason why Diddy never took a plea bargain.
Hold up, Mr. Hitch 47 says they going after his mother next. The sound of peace good. Josh Bill says Diddy been planning for 25 plus years. Brian Gunnella said, I never liked Puffy or any bad boy artist because Puffy, I knew he was a buster from jump. Jesus Gonzalez says, well, you ain't got walls, man. Sandra D says, right. That's the realest shit that you can be told about the situation when it comes down to knowing that they coming after his mother next. Now, to me, that ain't his mama at all. That's his auntie. And those are rumors going on in New York and Harlem. You can go tap in, family. I'm going to give you the game. Hit that like button. Subscribe right now. We cooking. I don't think his mother's his mother. Why? After a freak off, they was by the poolside getting IVs. And then he told them, give me a kiss. And they kissed on the fucking lips as if they had just got done really doing something. Why would your mother be getting an IV by the poolside with you? I'll wait. That's deep as a motherfucker. Why would your mama be getting an IV with you after a freak off? That mean your mama was in the freak off with you, nigga? You sick ass nigga. Your mama was in the freak off with you? Diddy? Diddy. Go to YouTube, type in Diddy and his mama getting an IV by the pool. You will see that shit as clear as day. Why the fuck would Diddy's mother and Diddy be getting an IV at the same time? By the pool. As he was explaining what they had just got done doing. Don't sit in this motherfucking act like you don't understand what's going on here, fam. You with Dilla T. There's no filters. Oh, that shit getting exposed. His mama getting an IV with him by the poolside. Let's keep going.
Because Sean Diddy Combs did not want to give up all of his assets, right? So, and he will not get bail. If you didn't get bail the first time, they won't give you bail. Let me repeat that again. The only way Diddy would have walked out today is if he was given bail before. That's the only way he walked out of prison today. He wasn't given, if he had a mistrial on all charges. He doesn't. He already came to the decision. So let me explain it to y'all. I'm going to give y'all an example. Diddy has 2 prostitution charges. If he's found guilty of both of those charges, he goes, and he's found hung jury on the Rico charge, he goes directly to jail. And he goes directly to prison. The judge will give him a date to sentence him for the prostitution charges, right?
The judge.
The sex-trafficking charges. Let's say he's found guilty on one and innocent on another one. He's facing 15 to life on each sex-trafficking charge. Minimum 15. So the judge would go from a minimum 15 years to...
So who the fuck was that was asking me earlier, like, why I said 15 years and he said, like, it's 10 years. Shut the fuck up, dumbass. Don't come in here if you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You hear me? Shut the fuck up. Don't come in here if you don't know what the fuck you talking about. When you come in here, we hit that like button and we subscribe and you type in FAM because we fam. We are here to inform fam of what's going on. That's what's going on in here. Don't come in here if you talking, if you talking, know what you're talking about. You understand me? All of the charges and counts that are against Diddy are 15 plus. Each and every one of them are 15 plus. You understand me? 15 plus. Each and every one of them. So don't come in this motherfucker thinking that this man about to walk down the street fresh, fully fucking clean. Because he got 2 of them that he being charged for right now, for real. So that means 15, 15, what's that? 30. Even if they hit him with just 1. That's 15 years. Where he going, what he doing? What he going, what he doing? Where he gonna be? That's 15 plus, motherfucker. He can't do shit. That's life for him. And he's 60-something. Philip Sims says, nope, they said today 3 to 5. Nicola say, you should take your own advice. Stop it, says for us. Brian Archer says up to 10 if it's minor. Frank Collado III says 30 years, he getting 15 years for sure. Isaac says he'll go to another country. Eddie Spot says they going to run the charges. Philip Sims says 3 to 5. Point we making here is that we need to understand. He's going to see some type of time You can sit in this motherfucker and say what you think or what you want. But the point I'm making is that they've drawn this out so badly is that he's getting charged. What I tell y'all, he was never going to get charged for no Rico because he's not no gangster, he's not no mob, he's not no mafia, he's not none of that. He's not no top dog, he's not no none of that, okay? This was humiliation to harass him and embarrass him in front of the world of what the fuck he was doing to people and how he continued to do that shit to people and how people didn't give a fuck about what he was doing. But those of the women that was abused, domestic violence against, so don't sit in this motherfucker acting like, oh, he ain't did nothing and ain't no verdict, don't matter. No. No. Let's keep going.
Life in prison on each one of the sex trafficking charges, right? So let's say now you have those 4 charges out the way. Now you have the Rico, which is its own entity. The special thing about the Rico is that that involves the money. Diddy's money and Diddy's businesses. This is what y'all have to understand. The fact that it's split, it lets y'all know they don't all feel like Diddy is innocent. That is a problem for Sean Diddy Combs. Let me say this again. The fact that it is not split, I mean, that it is not, excuse me, the fact that it is not, the verdict is in, ma'am. The verdict is in on 4 charges. Relax. You have to listen to the ticket, how I break it down to you.
Hold up, Heather Miller. Hold up, Heather Miller. Watch your fucking mouth. Hold up, Heather Miller. Hold up, Heather Miller. Hold up, Heather Miller. Heather Miller says, wait, what he did is okay by you? Where the fuck you been, Heather? Did you just tap in here? Did you just come in here, Heather? Let me know. Where the fuck you been, Heather? You just came in here? What the fuck make you think I'm okay with the fuck what Diddy did? Hold up, Heather Miller. You think for a second, if you was listening when you came in, there's nothing I've said that's interjected or even seen as if I agree with anything about some fucking P or some Diddy. I just told y'all motherfucking ass in here that here at No Filters in our community, we fam. We are informing each other of what the fuck is going on that's bad for us and our community and the people in it. Heather Miller, because of the contesting the time. What contesting what time? Contesting what? Nothing matters of contesting. There's no contest. There's nothing to be contested. Diddy is guilty of 2 counts of sex trafficking and prostitution. Each one of those counts is facing 15 years just for one. So don't come in this motherfucker like we agreeing with Diddy. Because ain't nobody here agreeing with shit. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. We cooking in this bitch. Stop playing, family. We don't agree with none of this dog bullshit. Because we want to allow this animal back into the community to affect us and our people. As if it really matters. All he's going to do is come back and get money and just live off money and do his own thing. What the fuck about his music do we matter? What the fuck about his clothes do we matter? What the fuck about his cologne do we matter? What the fuck about any business venture that Diddy got going on? What the fuck do we care or matter about it? This entire time we've been thinking this man getting money and putting back into the community and living his life. This sicko been doing sick ass shit. And beating bitches up when he got billions and he's like, why you gotta beat a bitch up? Why would you hit that like button, subscribe, fam? We cooking. Why he gotta beat a bitch up? Why you gotta fight for the pussy, Diddy? Jesus Gonzalez says Ciroc is the shit. Sunshine says no one wears the clothing of Sean John Combs. You right. Josh Bill says, what did he ever do for you? Nothing. DBG7 says she asked for it. The Sound of Peace says it's about control. Heather Miller says you seem to be saying 15 years is enough. Heather Miller, watch your mouth. I seem to be saying it's never enough for this sicko. But I am saying the realness is Diddy has never been held accountable. He's never been locked up. He's never been in the position to be disciplined. So do we really think or know that if he is locked up for 10 years or 15, that he will learn his lesson, come back out into the community and really be the mogul and the figure that we know to be as a producer and a actually character and a actually example for producers and men of music to do and make hits and put people on? That is the realness of it. We all fall and come short of the glory of God. We all have made mistakes. We all have done things the way we was raised to do it. But that don't mean that we all don't deserve a chance of redemption. That we all don't deserve a chance to be free again. That we all don't deserve a chance to do right. But motherfucker, that's after your dumb ass and served the time that you deserve to go through, bitch. Cause you sick fuck wacko ass nigga, you deserve to be under the fucking pen. So get your dumb ass out of here. Fuck is you talking about, stupid asses? Be sitting up in this motherfucker with no filters, bitch. Don't come in here talking that stupid shit. Fuck is you talking about? You deserve another chance after your dumb ass feel what the fuck everybody done went through. Stupid. Fuck off my line.
If the judge said, y'all go out there and deliberate more time, the judge can say, hey, look, they got 4 charges in, go back and deliberate some more until y'all come up with a decision on the RICO. If they don't come up with a decision on the RICO, it's a hung jury on the RICO. What does that mean? Let me explain it to everybody's listening. A hung jury means that the government will tell the judge, the feds, hey, look, we're going to run this back.
Oh, that's what he's saying. They're going to run it back. That's how he feel? That shit don't matter if they think they going to run it back. You're not going to get nowhere if you're going to try to run it back, dumbass. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. Let me know where you from. Type FAM. Let me know where you from right now, family. What we doing? We in here. Dilla T. No filters. Where you from, family?
To prosecute Diddy in front of a new jury on the RICO. That's what happens. You don't get to run out the courtroom when you have a hung jury. That's the same thing that just
Oh,
happened.
shit.
Harvey Weinstein had 3 charges he just had in his retrial. He got found guilty on charge number 1. He got found innocent on another charge, and he got a hung jury on a 3rd charge. The government immediately said, oh, we're running this back, Judge. Harvey Weinstein had to wait a whole nother year to go back to court, a whole nother year to go back to court just to deal with that situation.
He got to go a whole nother. He's stupid.
If there's a split on the RICO, and
The nigga dumb.
charges, which he will be, because it's a split on the RICO, so that
He fucked.
already feel a certain way. He gonna be found guilty for something.
His fucking lawyer's stupid.
Even if Diddy was, so let me tell y'all this. Basically,
This nigga's dumb.
unless everybody come back with nothing
What?
on every single charge, that's the only way Diddy walks out of jail. Today. So Diddy's lawyers feel away about it.
Yeah, they feel a fucking way, stupid ass. Yeah, fucking lawyers feel a fucking way. You wouldn't feel a fucking type of way. Hold up, family. Let's get right. It's Dilla T. It's no filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking in this motherfucker right now. You already know. Let's get the check in. Let's get the check in. Let's get the check in. All my dogs in here. All my fam in here. All my fam in here. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Larry Dunham say he from Chicago. Larry Dunham Jr. from Chicago. Portray Portrait 5 say Portland. Jay Breezy say Daytona Beach. What's up, family? Like, comment, subscribe. We in here. Maurice say he from Canada. Marius Benzera say Canada. What's up with you? DBG7 say Earth. I feel you, fam. We from the same place. Earth. Brian Archer. What's up, family? Says from Nashville, Tennessee, in this motherfucker. And R says he from Humble, Texas. What's up with you, family? Mina said they from Banana, Bahamas. Devery says preach. I'm with you, family. Lee John says Boston. Boston in the building. Celtics. St. Louis. Jason Tatum. You know it's fam. Airline says they from New Jersey. Lee John says Boston. Mina says she from New Zealand. What's up, family? All the way from New Zealand. We in this motherfucker. Furious Butler says bad boys come out and play. That's real shit. DeVary say 504. What's up, family? Tap in, get real, get right. Let's do this. We in here. DGB7 says Jersey. The real devil, Chicago is the best. Jasper say they from LA. Let's get right. Chris Conley say Portland, Maine. We got Portland, Maine in here. Chris Conley, what's up, family? Sherry Boosie typing FAM for fam. She from New YC. New York City in this motherfucker. Don't get it messed up, family. IRS for YouTubers. Rappers say me from tunnels of Palestine. Shit. We got people from tunnels of Palestine in here. Let's get right. Vehicle say Vicha say Crackerville, Tennessee. Oh, my bad. Herbert Dodd says Beaumont, Texas. What's up, family? We in here. Lee John say Boston. Ken Russia say family. North Carolina, we in here. Let's get right, family. We tapping in. We ain't playing with nobody. It's Dilla T. No filters. We in St. Louis. We getting right in here. You already know. Let's keep it going for the people in the back that don't know what the fuck's happening here. Yeah.
It lets y'all know everybody is saying he's innocent about everything. That's bad news for Diddy. This the part y'all gotta understand. It's not bad news for the government. It's bad news for Sean Diddy Combs. The reason why it's bad news for Diddy is because now a mistrial is all on the government. And the government...
Let's get right, fam. All my people still tapping in. Vertrina, your business. Keep the truth coming, says she from Philly. IRS YouTuber says they kidding. Sherry Brock says they from NYC. Easy5167 say they from Alabama. Gupti Singh says these nuts in the house. Hell no, fam. Subscribe. Hit that like button. We cooking in here. You hear me? P. Smith says Frida Dittler. Heather Moore say they from New Orleans. Heather Moore is from New Orleans. Stand up. The Wordsmith says D.C. Mozzie Hart says Kansas City, Missouri. What's up, Missouri family in here? Pal's Newfoundland channel said Bad Boy for Life Chicago is #1. Mike B in here from Portland, Oregon. What's up with you, family? Max Saw says crazy what money can do. From Seattle, 206. That's real shit. Taik, my bad, says they from Charlotte. P. Smith from Philly. That's real life. Tony Brown from Houston, Texas. That's going on. We gonna keep tapping in with family. Type FAM. Let me know where you from when we in here. Let's keep it going for the people in the back.
And here's why the government runs it back. Because their situation is different from other cases. Let me give you an example. Harvey Weinstein's case, right? Harvey Weinstein's lawyers that prosecuted Harvey Weinstein, they had to ask the witnesses, let me say this to y'all again, who testified for them, hey, do y'all want to come back? Now, they asked the witnesses, do they want to come back and prosecute?
Do you need a loan?
What the fuck you mean that they want to come back? Yeah, they want to come back so they get that witness off.
Up to $3 million in funding.
Why wouldn't they?
Weinstein on that charge. They said, yep. They instantly told the court, yep, we're going to do another trial with him on that charge. So Harvey Weinstein has to sit in jail and wait another year and a half until he gets another case, a new jury, and everybody else. Now, let me tell y'all this.
Wow.
Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. So now, here's the difference with Diddy's trial. they don't have a choice. They have to come back and testify.
Oh my God.
Because they took an immunity agreement. So they're stuck.
Oh my God.
You know?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my, did y'all hear that shit? Did y'all hear that shit? Let's play that back one more time. Oh my God. Hold up. Let's play that back. Hold up.
Do they want to come back and prosecute Harvey Weinstein on that charge? They said, yep. They instantly told the court, yep, we're going to do another trial with him on that charge. So Harvey Weinstein has to sit in jail and wait another year and a half until he gets another case, a new jury, and everybody else. Now let me tell y'all this. Listen, I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying to y'all. So now, here's the difference with Diddy's trial. A lot of those people got Diddy's Rico trial is different because a lot of those people got immunity.
Oh shit.
They don't have a choice. They have to come back and testify because they took an immunity agreement. So they're stuck. Did y'all understand what I just said, y'all? They're stuck. Let me repeat myself again.
Listen.
And Diddy's trial is different because Kathy, Jane Doe, all those other people, they don't have an option. They have to testify for the government.
You understand something? Anybody, let me tell you something. Anybody in this case that got immunity, anybody that came forth, whose name came up in those tapes, because you have to understand, the police, the FBI, CIA, big boys, they came in that motherfucking grab tapes. They started naming names. They started seeing tapes and seeing what these people was doing with this man. They was making them accessory to the fact. A lot of them was getting charged with some of the same shit Diddy was getting charged with, but the fact that them being a part of it is how they came up with the Rico, because all of them was doing the same shit Diddy was doing, okay? All of them. So if any one of they dumb asses wanted to start talking and snitching about what all the fuck they all was doing, they gave them immunity. Now, I want one of you all who is family to me, FAM, you've been day one. You hear me? I want you to type in right now what immunity means. When the courtroom, the police gives you fucking immunity, what the fuck do immunity mean? I want to know right now before we move on. We are here together. No, we are here together. We we FAM. Tell me right now, what do immunity mean when they give you immunity? Okay, Brian Archer says protection. Give me a more detailed of what immunity means when the police give you that shit. Nicole says, you look it up. Nicole says, you look it up, motherfucker. That's some shit my cousin would have said. I fuck with you, Nicole. She said, you look it up, motherfucker. My fault. I got family here with me, Nicole. I'm straight. They gonna make sure we good all the way together. Yeah, they gonna make sure they gonna break it down for me. Trust me. Trust me, I got you right now. Cherry Ball says, can't touch them. Tim Cannon says, Chris, how did you like it there? Bill Haley Sr. says, free. Larry Dunham Jr. says, what have you done will now be held against you? Larry Dunham Jr. says, what you've done will not be held against you is what he says immunity means. Vernon Yancey, what's up, Vernon? What did it say? What it mean? Vernon Yancey says, can't be charged for the crime. Okay, Creative Rob says immunity means you're guilty of something. Upper echelon, the Don says your hairline got to change, fam, for resisting the goddamn forehead. I appreciate you, my dog, because you know how I'm coming, but you know the smoothness can't fool you. But I truly appreciate you, and I need you to hit that like button, subscribe right now. I'm cooking, nigga. Don't come in this bitch and don't hit that like button. You hear me, boy? Beverly Wilson says no charge. Nicole says, don't you got Google on your phone? We all do, Nicole. James P. says no prison time. Jesus Gonzalez Lab. Bejan Dom says no crime you speak about will not be used against you. That's what he says immunity means. Bro Robert says turn state evidence. That's real. The Sound of Peace says they can't press charges against you for what you're about to testify to. I like that. Glenn Cooper says no prosecution of your crimes for your testimony. That's real. Chris Conley says means you can tell whatever crime you've committed can't be used against you if you agree to testify. Wow. R-Line says won't be prosecuted too. Tank White says what you say can't be used against you. Geneva Smith says no charges. Brian Archer says you can tell you won't be charged. Okay, so the realness we've tapped into now is that we all agree that a fucking immunity is you will not be charged for whatever you snitching on, nigga. That's what we all agree about here. You ain't gonna get charged for snitching. You ain't gonna go to jail for snitching. You ain't gonna see the light of darkness in life for snitching, bitch. That's what the fuck immunity mean. And see, I thought one of y'all was gonna say that shit, but y'all said it so cleanly and nicely that I thought y'all was from where we cut from. We fam. The bitch is snitching. Any immunity for anybody, they snitching. The point I'm making is all them dumb motherfuckers that was snitching for immunity, you stupid bitches, all y'all dumbass gotta sit there and you are forced to live out this trial with Diddy as it sees fit. Let me say that again for the dumbasses in the back. Everybody that got immunity, they gotta stay here. If this shit do a mistrial, a retrial, a up trial, a down trial, or whatever trial, they have to always be around to snitch. Again. See, people thinking they be snitching. Oh, hold up. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. Family, we cooking in this motherfucker. Stop playing with me. Hit that shit right now. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. If you snitched and you got immunity, you got to keep snitching. It ain't that you just snitched and you snitch and it's over. Bitch, you snitched. You got to keep snitching. So if they want this trial to carry on longer, as I'm thinking Diddy and them thinking in their right mind it was going to do that because they felt like they didn't want to get charged with the first shit because of the second shit, and now because of the third shit, they like, well, if they fuck up the whole shit, then nothing's has to happen. Nothing has to go wrong. Oh, no, dumbass. Who the fuck told you if you get a mistrial, you just going home? This ain't that. Millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, gazillionaire, cajillionaire. Those people have to be retried in trial. They have to be re-looked at. They have to be re-evaluated in trial because of their power and the powers that be with them. You know how many tapes Diddy got on all the powers in the world? Diddy got tapes on political people. He got tapes on music industry people, actors. He got tapes on athletes. He got tapes on your cousin. He got tapes on your uncle, your aunties, your mama, your daddy. He got tapes on your brothers, your sisters, He got tapes on every fucking body. Mailman. You understand? Hit that fucking like button. Subscribe right now. We cooking, nigga. Diddy got tapes on everybody. You don't smell that this man is about to walk free because of those tapes? First of all, they got the Rico up off of him. The Rico charges, that's gone. That was the main thing he was praying about. So if he could pray about it and then they tell him it's gone, Why wouldn't he be focused or worried about the other 2 charges that can still give him 15 to life? I'll wait. See, if that was me and you, we wouldn't be like if that was me and you, and we heard that we wouldn't be getting charged for the Rico, but we know we still had charges against us, we wouldn't be going crazy because we still have charges against us. Am I right, family? Am I right? Let me know I'm right. If it was me and you, and we had all these fucking charges, and they said that the Rico charges wasn't that, but yet we still had, as a man, as just a man, I still got sexual harassment, sex trafficking. That's the sickest shit ever to be tied to your name as a man and a woman. So don't tell me in this motherfucker that it's all good. In knowing that those things that are tied to his name are still tied to everyone else in immunity that snitched and had to do with everything they all did together. These immunity motherfuckers gotta run that back. They gotta feel this shit again. Let's make sure we understand what we're doing and what we're talking about. Let's go.
The government owns them. The government owns
The government owned all of them that was snitching. They got immunity.
immunity papers, which means that in every single case the government has, they have to testify as many times as the government needs them, or they will violate their immunity agreement and be prosecuted. Listen to what I just told y'all.
Listen up.
Not the easiest because you guys got to understand they have a checklist. Let me explain this to y'all. On the Rico, I'm explaining why the Rico is not the easiest and when you have the way they did it. You cannot, the way they do it, they gave out a checklist. Let me explain this to y'all. So let's say I got 10 jurors in here with me right now, right? And I give everybody a checklist. And let's say everybody listening to this video, I gave y'all a checklist, right? Now listen to what I'm saying to y'all. I gave y'all a checklist and I asked y'all on the checklist, which of these crimes on the screen do y'all think Diddy committed and guilty of, right? Everybody had to agree on the same 2 for it to be Rico. If everybody doesn't agree on the same 2 crimes, it's not Rico. So some people may agree on witness tampering, some people may not. Some people may agree on forced labor, some people may not. Some people may agree on sex trafficking, some people may not. Some people may agree on prostitution-related.
I mean,
some people may not.
I mean, this shit so motherfucking serious, fam. They had to come out with the list. They had to come out with a list. Listen to me, family. We in here together. This is so difficult and serious that they had to come out with a list that equals what is Rico or falls up under that category. And that's how you know the crooked shit going on in the motherfucking government. Trying to bring down Diddy, call that nigga Diddy, trying to bring down Diddy with a Rico charge because you can't bring him down with other shit. Why? Because he's a billionaire. So you can't just bring him down with some old domestic violence, sexual harassment, none of that. You got to bring him down with sex trafficking. You got to bring him down with real shit. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. We cooking in here. You got to bring him down with real shit. So it's different when you say you expect to bring him down with those lighter terms. But it's gotten so difficult to where they was like, hey, we got to bring out a little chart sheet that says, okay, this is a chart sheet that says, this what it is equals Rico. If they got to pull out a fucking chart sheet for the jury or for the prosecutors or for the judge to just know how to prosecute this man, why the fuck Is that not for me and you? I want to know why the fuck that's not for me and you. Why don't they have a list like this for me and you? Why? Because me and you ain't getting charged for Rico. Me and you ain't getting charged for sex trafficking. Me and you ain't getting charged for no sexual harassment. Me and you ain't getting charged for beating bitches up because we bored as shit. Me and you ain't getting charged for being a billionaire and being a fucking freak off retardo. It's not a problem to fuck in New York, fucking California, fucking Las Vegas, fucking Chicago, fucking St. Louis, fucking Wyoming, fucking the whole world. And invite people to go fuck all around. Ain't no wrong with that. Ain't a motherfucking thing with all the baby oil you need in the world. I don't even know why they even talk that stupid ass shit. It's okay to have it's okay to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and it's okay to fuck in several different states and invite people to do the same thing in one place. It's not okay to hold people against their will. It is not okay to serve people drinks that are spiked, that will keep you under or against your will at his house. It's not okay to videotape people when they get naked and show what they personally do and their pleasures that personally please them. It's not okay to hold people's career in your hands if they don't do a sexual act with you. It's not okay. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. And y'all ain't shit out there if you think it is fucking K. I just told you what the fuck is okay. Shout out to the real ones in here. Let's tap in. Let's get right. Let's get right. Jesse, Helen, Barbara say they will never be accountable. You right, because they billionaires. And that's why we will be holding them accountable. Joe Phantom says he put up $50 million for Bun, bruh. That's real money. Nicola says, Scanning B says she had many chances to leave. You right, and a lot of people did, but they didn't because of the money, the power, and the fame. Let's be real. Samuel Bruner says hi. Jesse Helen Barber said it stops Ian. They held accountable by the streets. Nene Love Savvy TV says, watching on my computer too, and of course it don't let me comment. You already know what we know what it is in her. Nene, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that channel. You know it's no filters. We cooking in her. We gonna keep it going so we make sure we know what the fuck is happening in our community. The great one says, free to freak off. Dookie McDuke says, is it okay to use baby oil? It is in the world. That's why they make it. Lucky Leo laugh. Jennifer Harder says facts. Cherry Boo 65B said it's not okay. Thank you. I am. Tony Curtis says finally a real one. Tony Curtis says finally a real one. I am. Tony Curtis says finally a real one. We want to make sure we understand what the levels is and how they moving as they are been moving. You understand? That's how we coming when we speak on them. That Bad B says the judge said it is you soft. Bad B, what you say? You said who soft? Hold up, Thad. Watch your motherfucking mouth, my nigga. What you say? The judge said what? Who soft? Nigga, don't come here talking that shit, Thad. Fuck you at, nigga. Hey, don't come here talking shit. Who soft? Who you say soft, fam? Get that shit right. Hey. What you just say, nigga? Thad. Who you calling soft, dirty? Hit that motherfucking like button. Subscribe right now. I'm cooking in this bitch. Watch your mouth, Thad. Let's get right in this hoe. Let's make sure we understand what's going on, family, because we not playing with no motherfucking body. Watch your mouth when you come in here at No Filters with fam. All my fam in here. They gonna fuck you up. Watch your mouth, Thad. Let's keep going, family.
They all have to agree on the same two, and they're all given different papers. This is what y'all gotta understand.
Come on, man. Yeah, that's real. And they let the nigga do the shit.
So if one person says no, nope, it's a no-go. It's a hung jury.
Look at
Everybody
that,
has
man.
to say yes on at
You
least
straight?
2 of the same charges.
All right.
And it lets y'all know that somebody is saying no to where they can't get a unanimous on the 2 charges. That doesn't mean Diddy walks out of court. Now, let me let y'all know what's going on right now. Right? Right? So, again, right?
Ah, shit. Shout out to Nicola. Nicola Hose. Nicola Hose Nicola Hose. Okay, so we gonna call Nicola Hose. You hear me? So Nicola Hose says, they said you soft. You want me to say it again, you soft? Marshmallow got the thumbs up. Nicola Hose said you soft. Nicola Hose said you soft again. James Ritchie said something. Tanya Wilson says continue to spread the facts about Diddy and his messed up situation. 100 family. Tanya, hit that like button, family. Subscribe right now. We cooking in here. Get right. Vernon Yancey says watch your mouth, Prism. Let them know, Vernon, we ain't playing with niggas. Joe Phantom says block him, man. Oh, shit. Marshmallow says free him. Joe Phantom says, come on, man. Don't even throw you off with the flow, man. You going to get that. Block that dude, man. Let's keep it pushing. Shout out to family. We know Brian Archer said you speak the truth respectfully. Let them know how we coming in here. The biggest thing that we have to understand, I want to know why Diddy did not act like, oh my God, my life is over. Even though he know that he was being charged with 2 counts. See, they dismissed the Rico and he said, oh shit, oh my God, thank you, Lord. So he must have felt like the Rico was the only thing that was going to keep him behind bars. Because the sex trafficking and prostitution is like the same shit you hear all the time. So how could that really keep a billionaire behind bars? I feel like Diddy knows the only thing that would keep him. And all of the theatrics and games that have been played for these 35 days has played a big role in it to fool you and me, to bamboozle us, to make us hoodwink, to distract us from what's really going on in the world. That is the main real reason here. Because we all know if they was going to charge him with a Rico, they would have presented Rico evidence. Oh shit, let me say that again for the niggas in the back. If they charging him for Rico, they were going to present Rico evidence that would have stuck to him. But yet, people got up there and embarrassed him and humiliated his personal business. So then when he gets the then when he gets the, I don't want to call it a verdict. I want to call it a saying or information. Let's call it information. When he gets the information, Jesse Helen Barber says humiliation ritual. You damn right. That's all I've been saying. When Diddy's team and everybody gets the information that Diddy will not be charged for Rico, he's going crazy thanking God. He's up. He's praying. He's thanking his family. He's telling his family he love them. He going crazy, fam. You hear me? I'm about to make the biggest fucking point you could ever understand in this case. He's hearing that he's not going to be charged for the Rico, so he's thanking God. He's doing this. He turns around, looks at his family in court, tells them he loves them, as if he's fucking free. Now, as a man, you are being charged for 2 counts of sex trafficking and prostitution. So that means that you as a man are being charged with some sex shit against women and or men. This is how you know Diddy fucked up in the head. He was more worried about the Rico charges of being a gangster than the actual real shit of a man discrediting himself against a woman in sex trafficking and prostitution. And I think in our community in the world, it is so fucked up because we look at that as lighter than looking at a Rico as heavier. I mean, Diddy really felt like the Rico would bury him, but the sexual harassment, sexual prostitution, and sex trafficking is light to him and the world because nobody reacted as if sex trafficking, sex assault, sex prostitution, they didn't look at that as heavy at all. They didn't even really give a fuck about that shit at all. Y'all ain't trip off that, fam. He was more worried about the Rico. Why? Because he's not a gangster. He's not the mafia. He's not from the mob. He ain't never done shit gangster in his fucking life. So he was scared that he would be charged with something that he don't even know what that looks like. Because he's not cut from that cloth. But the cloth he's cut from is sexual harassing bitches, sexually trafficking bitches, sexual prostitution bitches. What? So here we are, understanding that in our community, we must protect our black women. We must protect our women, period. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe right now. Fuck that. That's the realest shit I ever said. That nigga didn't give a fuck about no Rico because he wasn't cut from that. And he said, I ain't did that shit. I don't even know what Rico is because he said, I ain't never did that in my life. I ain't no gangster. But this sexual trafficking, sexual prostitution, sexual harassment, sex anything, harming bitches, he been doing that forever. And he didn't even feel like he could be buried from that. That should tell you all, we living in a time where good is looked at as bad. We living in a time where bad is looked at as good. We living in a time where a Rico of drugs and charges you more scared of. And we living in a time where sexual charges don't even fucking matter to nobody. We living in a time where a billionaire can go free. Knowingly, the tapes, the rumors, the confessions, the snitches, the people that seen this motherfucker with their own eyes don't even matter to the judgment of their lives of who this person is. We living in a time where our lives don't even matter based on who we are in the public eye. And we living in a time where you could be charged for the same shit Diddy being charged for, and you will be buried under the fucking jail. But Diddy being a billionaire won't even see a year or two. These are very harsh times. These are very real times. These are times that we must take and look at ourselves and look in the mirror and say, hey, we must stand on business. We must stand on what we believe in, the morals, everything that we was brought up on. We must stand on business. Because we living in a time where business has no stands. Let's keep going.
Charge on the Rico count, right? So you probably won't hear any of the verdicts today. Even though the verdicts are in, you're probably going to hear
300 in here, 300 in here. We popping. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We still here. Let's do it. No filters. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe, family. Dilla T, no filters. Let's keep going.
Expression was unreadable, right?
Hold up.
I'm telling you.
King Greatness said, do you think the tape will come out? King Greatness, let me know which tape you're talking about. So you got to understand some King Greatness. You're talking about a lot of tapes. We talking about a lot of tapes about a lot of people. We talking about a lot of shit. A lot of, oh my God. A lot of what the fuck. A lot of why. A lot of who. A lot of when. Let me know which tape you talking about. Because I believe that, and feel me right quick, family. No, for real. Listen to me. Come close. Come close. Come here. Listen to me. I believe Diddy is waiting for the right time to drop a tape. King Greatness, lend me your ear. I believe that Diddy is waiting for the right time to drop a tape. Like one of them tapes that'll stick. One of them tapes that will... One of those tapes, family, that will get him out right now. See, if they didn't say fuck, if they said fuck the Rico and all of a sudden now he's worried about sexual charges, he's not even scared about those sexual charges. Think about that, fam. As a man, as a person, as a human being, he's not even scared about the sexual charge. He was scared of the Rico. What? You know how you can get buried as a man about some sexual shit out here in the world? And Diddy wasn't even worried about it. He was worried about Rico shit. You know how many niggas not worried about Rico shit? Because they can say, no, we was just selling a little weed. We might have had a gun or two. You know, we might have shot somebody. We ain't shoot nobody. I mean, Rico is like, that's nothing. When you can break it down or discredit the Rico charge by massive amounts of what you don't or what they don't have as far as evidence. But this man wasn't worried about this man wasn't worried about sexual harassment charges, sexual prostitution, any of that. So that means that he has been immune to sexually harassing bitches. Diddy has been immune to sex trafficking people. He's been immune to prostitution. That's what that means, fam. Because he was never scared or worried about being charged for any of that. He was being charged for, he was worried about being charged for gangster shit. Like I've been telling y'all, he's not a gangster. He should have never been charged for Rico. So that's how I know the system was still designed to make sure he gets out. They just wanted to humiliate him. That's all. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking, family. They just wanted to scare him and humiliate him because they knew what he wasn't. So the Rico was never that. So that's why he was scared, because he like, I'm not even on no Rico shit, nigga. I ain't never done no Rico shit. I don't have no Rico nothing in my life. And they try to create Rico. But it didn't matter, fam, because he's not cut from that cloth of no Rico, nothing. He cut from the cloth of the sexual harassment shit and prostitution and sex trafficking, which, by the way, he wasn't worried or scared about it when he heard his name attached to it. That means they've been cleaning that shit up for decades. That means they've been taking care of him for decades, and whatever they've been a part of, he's been a part of it for decades and don't feel no type of way that he could see prison for that shit. Now, regular people like you and me, we done went through that shit and been fucked up. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. We cooking in here. If it was you and me, we'd have been buried. We'd have been done. Nothing would have mattered. So it's just fucked up that right in front of our faces, Diddy is not worried about any sexual nothing. So that should tell you a big story right now about what really goes on and what gets covered up. Let me say that again for the niggas in the back, for the people in the back. There is no pressure on Diddy and them about what happens because they have cleaned up for sexual shit. That's why he didn't react in court about hearing nothing about sexual anything. You understand me? Nothing about sexual anything. Because he's been able to handle it. You know how many motherfucking cases that came out before up until now in these decades about this man having to do with somebody sexually something? And he's not worried because it's been handled. So I just want to know why he get found not guilty for Rico, but guilty for sexual charges, and he has no reaction to any of that, thinking he was going to get bail. Then I heard people having baby oil parties outside of the courtroom. Oh, God. What the fuck? What? That don't even sound right. People having baby oil parties outside of the courtroom, fam? Who the fuck? So, that should further let you know that if Diddy gets free or anything outside of Diddy or whatever's happening, he has no control over nothing and he has control over everything. Because he still can see that these people know that if Diddy gets out, it's going to go right back to the same shit it was happening before. That is the realness. And the judge realizes this. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why wouldn't he get scared of the Rico? Thank God for Jesus he not charged for the Rico. But why he not thanking God for Jesus about why he not charged for the sexual harassment shit? I want to know. Something is rigged up for his reaction to be like that, knowing he can face 40 years for each 4 of the sexual harassment shit. So that further let me know somebody about to do something. Something's finna happen that's finna change all of this. That's gonna lighten the load. Something's finna happen that's finna put people in position that don't even worry about nothing. Something's finna happen where Diddy is about to be fucking free right in front of our fucking eyes. You understand me? Because the biggest thing is that we looked at is that the Rico is dropped. So that's the main energy that a nigga got right now. That the fact that the Rico is dropped, fam. The Rico itself, that's it. That's the fact that the Rico is dropped. That's heavy within itself for him. But why is that the only energy you happy for? Boy, you still being charged for some sex trafficking, sexual harassment, all type of shit, sex distribution, all type of shit. How the fuck could you be okay with that, stupid? Hit that like button, family. Subscribe. We in there cooking right now. Let's keep going.
Y'all, that's going on right now. I'm showing y'all, I'm breaking this down for y'all right now. Perfectly. Right? So listen to what's going on right now. And I'm going to say this to I want to explain this to all y'all again. If the jury cannot come to an agreement on the RICO, here's the problem for Diddy.
Could we use your house to trial our 20?
That's crazy. If the jury can't come to a decision on the Rico, everybody's still assed out. What the fuck?
If they can't come to an agreement on the RICO, that means that some of them people think Diddy's guilty.
Talk to her, Brian Archer. Yeah, Nicola's still talking. Get her right, family. She must got charges, or she must got something going on, or she must be fucking bored. Get her dumb ass right now, family. Hit that like button, Nicola. Hit that subscribe. We're going to get you right, family. You in here with Dilla T. This no filters. We ain't playing that shit.
It goes to
Watch your mouth. Let's keep going.
a mistrial. All they do is run it back. The government will say run it back. And here's the reason why it's easier for the government to run it back. Right? Now here's the reason why the government runs it back, y'all. The government will run it back. Let me say this again. The government will run it back with a different jury.
Shout out to King Greatness.
You have to sit in jail.
This the realness I want you to understand. I'm about to read what y'all looking at because the judge has presented the jury. Okay, after that juror sent that letter to the judge saying they didn't know how to deliberate about Diddy case because everything going on in the conversation. Listen to me, King Greatness. Watch this. This is how they came up with the chart for them to know how to charge Diddy or how to found him guilty in counts. Okay, this is how it worked. Listed crimes, kidnappings, variations. Rico predicate category, kidnapping. So, I'm reading the listed crime, but then I'm reading what Rico categorizes it as. Okay? Listed crimes, kidnapping, variations into Rico predicate category, kidnapping. Listed crimes, arson plus attempt and conspiracy. Rico category, arson. Listed crime, bribery of witness plus attempt and conspiracy. Rico category, look at that as bribery. Listed crime, witness tampering. Rico category, look at that as obstruction of justice. Listed crimes, forced labor plus aiding and abetting. Rico, look at that as sex trafficking. Wow. Listed crime, sex trafficking, aiding and abetting. Rico category listed that as sex trafficking. Listed crime, prostitution transport / inductment, AA. Rico category look at that as transportation for prostitution. Listed crime, drug distribution, conspiracy. Rico category look at that as drug trafficking. So this is literally the chessboard or the board of pieces for you to realize what you're in or what you've done and how it's looked at as the Rico category and how they preserve it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to find yourself in a situation where they have to enlist or list how you should be charged. Because even on this list, they can go blueprint by blueprint. And if they see something that they says, hey, that don't look right, hit that like button, family. We in here, subscribe now, we cooking. If them people say they don't like how shit is looking or they see that as something else, just like some of these right here, kidnapping variations. But the Rico look at that as just kidnapping. So that means they saying that, hey, it ain't even got to be detailed. It's just if you do it. So now we just have to make it make sense, family. And we have to really understand how and why and how they look at those things because we can't continue to keep letting this shit happen. You understand me? We can't continue to let this happen. We have to have a voice. We have to speak the fuck up. We have to keep going.
And wait on that is because they control all of the pieces. Because all those people got immunity agreements because most of them were involved in these crimes. So let me tell y'all this. When you sign an immunity agreement, you have no control over whether you got to go testify. Normally, in a normal situation, if you had against Diddy helped him, aided and abetted him. So they were in legal trouble. So they had to sign immunity agreements to cooperate with the government. That means not just for Diddy's case, but anybody else's case that's involved that comes up after this, the government can use all those witnesses that they gave immunity to say, you got to come out here and testify again. So if there's 20 other people, they got to go to court 20 more times to testify.
Damn.
The only way Sean Diddy Combs walked out of prison is everybody on every charge got to say not guilty. And the fact that he don't have everybody saying not guilty on the Rico, let y'all know what a juror's mind is at. Somebody.
This is Pod 5.
Oh, that shit is real, boy. Somebody don't want that motherfucker to be free. That's real. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking in this motherfucker. This shit is real. Angela say, yo, what's up? How you been? Where's your airline go? We still here. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking in here.
After this, the government can use all those witnesses that they gave immunity and say, you got to come back here and testify. So if it's 20 other people, they got to go to court 20 more times to testify. That's how it works. The only way Sean Diddy Combs walked out of prison is everybody on every charge got to say not guilty.
Everybody do. Everybody do. Everybody do. Everybody gotta say he guilty.
Some people think Diddy's guilty of some of this shit because they said that the mindsets were unshakable right now. Now, listen to what I just told y'all. So Diddy is facing a minimum. Let me hit y'all with this again. Let's forget the Rico. The only reason why the Rico is important right now, and I told y'all this, this is what changed up in this case. In this case, what changed the entire ball game for Sean Diddy Combs.
Jack Hart.
With the special sentencing.
Hold on right quick, man. Hold on, y'all, fam. Hold on, fam. We in here. Y'all already know. Who the fuck is Jack Hart? See about that nigga, man. Y'all see about him, fam. See about Jack Hart. See what he talking about, because I don't know what he on. He need to get that shit together. Don't keep coming in his feed on that stupid shit, little boy. You hear me? Get that shit together, motherfucker. Fam. Type, see what Jack Hart on right now. Let's keep going. He fucking up info. Let's keep going.
Sex trafficking. If Diddy is found guilty one time on one of the sex trafficking counts, he faces life in prison for each one of those sex trafficking counts. That is the curveball in this entire game.
What's up, David Bell, Chicago in the building? You already know we popping. Oh, Chad says Jack fucked up. Jack fell down, huh?
The judge can sentence him to life in prison. Just without the Rico. At first, he was only facing life for the Rico. Now, the Rico is important to Diddy because even if Diddy gets 20 years, here's the problem. And here's the reason why Diddy did not take a plea deal and went to court, y'all. Diddy did not take a plea deal and he went to court because if he took a plea deal, he would have to forfeit all of his assets. And his mother, his sons, his family, everybody would immediately be broke. So realistically, Diddy went to trial to fight it because that's the only chance he has to keep his money. So it ain't even about the time with the Rico. The Rico now is
They cooking Jack in this motherfucker. Don't keep playing with us, boy. You better go sit down somewhere. Get on his ass. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. We cooking. Jesus Gonzalez says no. That's what Jack doing. Get with him, family.
The judge can either stack Diddy's time or he can run it coherent. What do you mean, Ticket? Let's say they find Diddy combination of prostitution charges. The judge can say, Diddy, I give you 10 years for each count of prostitution charge. Right?
That's real Daryl Hawkins, Dontrell Hawkins.
He can stick it to Diddy.
That's my dog right there. Okay, let's tap in. Let's tap in. Frank Sinatra says ticket been wrong, but he gonna get it together. Marshmallow B says B. Dontrell Hawkins says Jack speech. Look one question. ARE. Keisha Conley says Jack seemed jacked up. Haha. Mega Jordan 691 says can't stop, won't stop. It's bad boys. Dontrell Hawkins says you won't hear no more from him. Yeah, you know we won't. Brian Archer said Jack's having a problem spelling his words out, family. That's real. Don Hawkins says trust. For real says someone please help tickle me pickle. Chad said Jack is out of 500. That's real. Biggest thing we need to understand is when we tap in with Dilla T and no filters, we keeping it real here. We giving the rundown and the understanding of what has been put into our position and what we've seen in our lives here. Okay? We need to understand that we've seen that the Rico has been dropped. You understand? Also, the fact that he's been charged 2 counts guilty of prostitution and sex trafficking. The realest shit that the fact that both ex-girlfriends, Cassie and the Jane Does, they have issued a letter to the fucking judge telling him, please don't let Diddy out. Clearly, they feel that their lives are under some type of duress or stress or some type of complaints that can cause them even more problems or threats that can keep them out of her or being unalive. That's a real thing. Saying that Diddy is more of the being of the dangerous people in the public. That is a real thing. People still think Diddy should be free. That's the problem. You all have no morals or even understandings. To me, he's never been accountable or held accountable. He's never been disciplined. So to me, if he can feel the discipline, the accountability, the understanding of what it takes to say, hey, you as a billionaire, it's not okay to treat people or do people as you please or as you see fit. That is wrong because you've been granted a position to help the world, but yet you choose to do it in your way or in your manner. That's not okay. The fact that baby oil party outside of a courtroom, the embarrassment, the immaturity of understanding that that man still is locked up and he has no bail. What was the point of a baby oil party outside of a courtroom? You've done nothing but hurt his chances even the more, showing that whatever we charged or whatever they said he did it. And they continue to charge that. The fact that Shine, an artist of Bad Boy, signed to Bad Boy. Hit that like button, family, subscribe. We cooking right now. The fact that Shine was signed to Bad Boy, just got a real deal, put into a real situation and seeing his life break and making one of the biggest songs of the world. That man did 10 years for Diddy and J. Lopez for the stupid shit that happened in the club that night. And that man didn't snitch. He didn't say nothing. He did what was wrong to him and didn't do nothing to Diddy. And Diddy left that man hanging 10 years. The fact that he's never been held accountable. Nobody will never know how he should act. And in my mind, if they give Diddy 10 years, that should clean up his act in his mind. But the fact he's been doing this shit for motherfucking decades, what will really clean up his act or his mind? We need to know that we living in a time that we as people need to hold people accountable because we all have a voice. But will we be heard? It is so much more understanding that if you want to be heard, but you don't have a voice, you have more there because of the motivation that you can put into creating that voice. All it takes is wanting to be heard, wanting to stand on business. As we all know, if we don't stand for something, we fall for anything. So we will not allow our people here at No Filters with Fam with Dilla T to fall for anything. We all will stand on business to know those are the things that will keep us lined up and to live and to look forward for a better day tomorrow. I'ma leave it right there, family. I want to know what you think in the comments. Do you feel that Diddy will not be charged life in prison? Do you feel that the fact that the Rico is gone, so now he's a free man? Why has Diddy not been worried about the harassment charges, but he most mainly worried about the Rico charge? I want to know what you all think in the comments, as well as knowing every time we tap in, the like and to comment on what we discussing and to subscribe to never miss an episode and to share this with the world, to always know Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. It's your boy, Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Be safe.